Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
The Bills make it run. Kick your heels up and down.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah,
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl.
right
Yeah.
now, baby.
Say you will.
Come on, come on.
Say you will.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
We are live, and we are back. Welcome to another episode of the Overdue Bills podcast. And we're excited today, really to kind of, as some would say, put the Bills in the dirt, but we're not. We're a Bills loving
Funeral
show.
service.
We're a Bills loving
Funeral
show.
service.
And we definitely just came off a bad beat. It's tough. We wearing all black. But let me introduce the guys. You know, yours truly, our guy, Rad, a.k.a. All Purpose Rad. Rad, what's up?
Man, we here, bro. We here. Everything I see, just everything is gonna be happening bad, wrong, and stuff like a couple of days ago. So I mean, we here, man. We about to talk about these Bills. I mean, we in the crust of the season, and we about to, really talk about it, man. This is, I don't know. This is just not the season I thought he was gonna have. But hey, man, let's talk. I'm ready to talk, man.
Okay, and our guy, Mills, a.k.a. Mills, ran off all the, money merch or merch for the money, whatever you want to call it. Mills, what's up?
What's going on, man? It's not that bad of a sad moment for the people out there watching, but we're going to talk some football for y'all.
Absolutely. And I guess we could say a little plot twist. We haven't seen him probably in a year, legitimately this whole season. I think so, yeah. But he's here, our editor-in-chief. He's busy.
I am he.
But he is here, our guy, trusty guy, Mike D. Mike, what's up, man?
Man, y'all know what time it is. I had to come out of hiding for this one. I'm busy. I work. I'm in school. And get my master's for engineering. No, I'll be busy. But just like the Bills season, my semester ended yesterday. So, I had to come on here and talk to the people and let them know what's really going on. I let people know what's really going on. Let the people really know what's going on.
We
see we all black.
We gonna get into it.
See we all black.
We're back after every loss, Mike.
I know we
lost.
do. We gonna get into it. And let me say this. Shout out to our guy, Matt.
I don't watch the shows enough.
Matt is at work.
Okay.
Matt is at work. He would be on the show. He's not. He's probably upset, I'm sure, about the loss. But he would be on the show. But he definitely had to work. So shout out to him. I know he's watching. But listen, let's do this. Let's do this real quickly before we kind of get into the show. Before we get into the nitty gritty. Mills, can you please let the people know who is sponsoring this show?
Sure. Yeah, this show is brought to you by Buffalo Wing Kings. Being from Buffalo, there's two things the guys here at the pod know, and that's Bills football and wings. Our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. At Wing Kings is Wings 101. With over 101 flavors of wings and a beloved Wing of the Month special each and every month, Wing Kings is sure to school any other wing place around. Opening a new location in University District on Main Street, they're available for all Bills games, parties, or just everyday lunch or dinner wing cravings. Stop by the Elmwood Village location at 484 Elmwood Avenue or give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say and we know they have the best wings in town, hands down. And if you let them know that the Overdue Bills podcast sent you, you'll get 10% off your order.
Not Mike.
Wonderful.
Mike.
Wonderful.
I respect that.
We was able to get through the sponsor read, without any, shenanigans. So we definitely appreciate that. Let's do this real quickly. Let's do some housekeeping issues. Let's do some housekeeping things. Let me say this to all the people out there because this has been a tumultuous season, an up and down season. But I do want to say thank you to all the fans. Thank you to all the fans who support Overdue Bills podcast. You support the merch. You support us, definitely on all platforms. And we just want to say, we want to ask you to continue that support, right? Follow us, like, share, rate, review, subscribe, all of those amazing things. And go onto the website at overduebillspod.com, overduebillspod.com. Our editor-in-chief, Mike D, put up another Amazing article. We definitely want you to go check out that.
Yes, sir.
And when you're there, please click the merch tab there. You know what I'm saying? We got all your merch needs, and also even on our IG page and Facebook, we got a store set up for you there. So listen, we taking care of you. We taking care of you. But okay, let's do it the right way. You know how we do it. Quick question of the day. And I just want to throw this out there because this is the kind of the thing that's kind of in my mind. Realistically, how do we feel about Josh Allen from the standpoint of him being in a boot, a walking boot? Like, it's just from that perspective. I'm not a doctor, but I have read some things, and I'm hearing that it may be turf toe. It may or may not be turf toe. I'm not sure.
They said it's a sprained foot. He day to day.
Sprained foot. Okay.
Sprained foot. He's day to day.
Shout out to Dr. Child. He was on Twitter, so clearly he was wrong. But okay, a sprained foot. All right. So Rad, how do you feel about Josh Allen? Is it a
shout out to Josh.
Should we shut him down? Is my question.
Well, I guess Carolina.
No, I'm just saying, like, should we shut Josh Allen?
Mitch.
No, what I'm saying, let me just preface this. We paid Josh Allen $250 million. Like, he is legit a long-term investment. I know we talk about trading Josh Allen for 6 first, and I think that still should be on the table. But realistically, he is our long-term investment. Should we just shut him down because the season is kind of taking a turn? Okay.
No, that's a bit much. Yes, we're I think we're out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Currently, right now.
Yeah, we're
I think we're in 7th.
Are we 9th? I think we're in 7th
right now.
Are we 9th seed?
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, we're terrible.
So right now we're out of the playoffs. So I understand, but a lot of teams, we still have a chance, a realistic chance to get in. The next couple of games are winnable games. So no, I obviously not. He day to day. He gave a valiant effort. He gave it like an MVP almost. If he won that game, that was like MVP effort type of a performance that he gave in the second half.
Relax.
So I mean, no, to shut him down. No, I mean that's the type. I'm not seeing what Josh did in that moment. I'm not mad at it. He had to pull all he had to do to even be competitive in that game. He gonna be sore. But that's what you get paid the big bucks for. He got 258 or whatever it is. You know what I mean? You gotta carry a bigger load. Even though I think it was a too big of a load in my personal opinion, but you gotta do what you gotta do to win games, and that was like a crucial game. You know what I mean? I respect trying to do everything to win that game. You know what I mean? So should we shut them down? Of course not. We still try to get in this playoffs, and I think we can beat anybody in the AFC.
I was right. We are in 7th. We're still in
and
the
lose.
playoffs. But Mills, how
Cincinnati lost? I thought Cincinnati won.
I don't know why you thought that.
San Francisco came back on the last drive.
So, anyways, Mills, how do you feel about Josh Allen? Should we shut Josh Allen down?
No, I disagree. No, I don't think we should. We still in a playoff run. But I told you in the group chat, you said we should keep running Josh all day. I said we're gonna end up getting him hurt. We're gonna have Mr. Trubisky out there on the field.
So what?
But I think it's tough when you got a mobile quarterback like that that's trying to escape the pocket. I mean, injuries are bound to happen. Trying to escape a tackle from a D lineman. Just look at Lamar Jackson. He rolled his ankle yesterday. When you're mobile and capable of breaking the tackle, I mean, there's a potential for you to get hurt.
It's football.
Josh Allen is a fighter. You can tell he went back out there, put the team on his back. He a dog. Even if the coaching staff or, training said, hey, Josh, you might want to sit out a game. I think he has, too much Superman, powers that he think he going to play. So even if we try to shut him down, he's not going for it because he want to win games.
In the middle of the season, if you can play, you play. What are we talking about?
No, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that Kyler Murray, they sat Kyler Murray. That's a fact. He could have played multiple games, but they sat him, and they were able to win games because they're a good team. Maybe we're not at that point, so I'm asking Mike, right? We're playing the Carolina.
2 losses at the time.
And that's fine, but we're playing the Carolina Panthers. They're supposed to be a terrible team. So, Mike, should we kind of rest Josh Allen for this home stretch?
Absolutely not. Just to address what Mills said, quarterbacks get hurt in the pocket too, right? It's data out there that shows quarterbacks get hurt in the pocket and running quarterbacks. Look at Russell Wilson. He don't really ever get hurt on the move. There's certain quarterbacks that can run. Aaron Rodgers, he's mobile. A lot of quarterbacks. Tom Brady was out for a season because he got hit in the knee in the pocket, right? That's kind of been debunked, but it's people that still kind of spread that still. And I think that's why running quarterbacks do get hurt. So Mills, I guess just do a little bit more research on that. But in terms of Josh Allen,
doing more research. More running quarterbacks get lower injuries, ankles, foot injuries. Look at Aaron Rodgers. He's mobile. His toe. Lamar Jackson ankle. All I'm saying is those quarterbacks that are real mobile like that, when you're trying to break the pocket and break a sack from a opposing defender, you're more than likely to get an ankle injury or a lower body injury. That's all I was saying.
Okay, Mike, we don't have to address that. Just keep going.
Yeah, but I would say that if it was like a throwing injury, and you was potential of messing up his shoulder long term, then yeah, maybe, right? But with it being a foot, I mean, if he can play, he play.
Okay.
We 2 games behind the Patriots, and we need every game to even make the playoffs, right? If we end up 11-7, I think our chances are
18 games, 11-6.
Yeah,
11-6, 11-6. I think our chances are like 88%. If we go down to 10-7, right? They drop significantly. And once you hit 9, like you might as well kiss the season goodbye. So we lost to the Jaguars. So I don't think we are in any position to donate games and sit Josh Allen for Mitch Trubisky.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. And I'm just asking the question because so much on this podcast, I know Matt is not here, but I heard that the Bills are a good team. And I guess that narrative is being debunked as we speak. But let's get into the game. We had a game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We lost in, I guess, horrible fashion, right? Kind of got our hopes up to a point. And there are some things that happened in the game that we will talk about, right? There are some things that happened in the game that we will talk about. So we're gonna do our give and take segment, right? Let's just go right into it. And I'm gonna go to Mills first. Mills, tell me some things that you want to take from this game, because you are right. We have talked about some things that we saw, but tell me some things that we want to leave in Tampa Bay and never see it again. I think Mills is frozen, so I'm gonna go to Mike.
I'm gonna do my give and take right now. I want to, or is it? You said leave. We said give and take.
Some things you want to take, some things you just want to give back.
Okay, so this one I want to give Emmanuel Sanders back, and I want to take Gabe Davis on the field. Listen, before the season started, I was totally against Manny Sanders, and for the first couple of weeks, I was having to eat crow. And now I just don't see what he's doing for us on the field. I know he did get injured yesterday, but 1 for 25 is a stat line I'm too familiar with when it comes to him. And whenever Gabe Davis is on the field, good things happen. Touchdowns happen. Big plays happen. 4th and 4. Gabe, if that was Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, even Diggs, even Dawson Knox on that 4th and 4, they get tackled, because I watched them get tackled all day in the open field. I watched Devin Singletary, who's supposed to be able to make people miss, which he did. I saw him get tackled one-on-one. I saw Cole Beasley get tackled every time one-on-one. Like, we couldn't get no yak. But Gabe Davis on 4th and 4 caught the ball, and he willed his way to a first down.
Right.
So I need more Gabe Davis on the field. I need less Emmanuel Sanders.
Well, I think that is going to come to fruition.
Yeah.
Because I think Emmanuel Sanders is out definitely for Week 15. But so Rat, let me hear what you give me some things about the game. Give me some things about the game. Some give and take things.
Some give and take things. I would say I want to give away the Bulls first half play game plan. I think we were a one-dimensional mess out there. I think he's my main thing is I think he's using last year's answers for this year's test, and this year's test he's failing. He's failing this year's test because he's using last year's answers, and I think he needs to recreate something. I think more. He just relying too much on Josh. He just relied too much on Josh. Get these boys some, like, move the line of scrimmage over. If we can't run the ball, move the line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. Pull some tackles, move some, Singletary out, whoever you want to put out. If they can't run in the middle line, do more screens. What we saw what Godwin was doing. They just give him the ball, he just run, have mad blockers, he just things like that. More plays of those nature to get us going, to get our playmakers, the people we're playing money to, not just Josh, the ball in his hand. So I think the Bowl thinking that, hey, the last year's answer is going to work again because, they haven't, they periodically work throughout the season. I think he needs to, figure something out soon. Maybe in the second half, he just did other things just because it was nothing else to lose. I don't know. His game plan in the first half, scrap it. He just scrap it. The whole not running because you just think we don't need to run. I mean, that's what I like to do. I never was a fan of stuff like that. It just make us one-dimensional, too one-dimensional, and you're never going to win games consistently year over year being one-dimensional. So I definitely want to get out of the way. Things I want to take, how he came out. Josh Allen performance, I said it earlier, he came out dog. Like in big moments like that, Josh Allen will usually make crazy, crucial, big boneheaded plays. And we was like, Josh, we almost had these boys a fumble, a big sack. But he was making play after play after play. The one first down he ran when he outran Devin White, and Devin White is probably the fastest linebacker in the NFL. You know, and he outran him for that first down. Them things like that are crucial to win a close game. That could be a playoff type of game atmosphere, or Super Bowl type of atmosphere. You know what I mean? So I think Josh Allen in the second half just came, just took the moment and became good. Now we didn't get it in. We had the ball and overtime. We should have won. We could have won. We didn't do that. But I'm saying just coming from 24-0, I think 27. What was it? 27. What was it? I think we was down 17.
Yeah.
I think he's down 17 in the fourth or something like that to rally, to keep playing, to pull that performance out. Josh, I'm taking all that all day. And hopefully he takes some of that, however he's feeling in that fourth quarter, hopefully he take that throughout the next couple of games, man, because we need that moving forward.
Let me say this. I am not a fan of our offensive coordinator, Brian Debo. Everybody knows that if you've been listening to the show. He just hasn't been good this season, in my personal opinion. But I'll throw him some bail from this standpoint. I'm not sure. Like, the Josh Allen I seen in the first half was not the Josh Allen I seen in the second half. Like, he was quicker with the ball. He was dumping the ball off more. He was getting the ball out. Even the announcers was making that, like, they were making that, known to us. Like, when Devin Singletary would roll out or whoever, he would just get the ball out of his hands. Like, when somebody became open, he would just throw the ball to them. Whether it was, after the first down or not, sometimes I got upset. But at the same time, it's just like, like looking at it, it's like Josh Allen, he played differently, right? He played differently. And that needs to be taken into account, I think. Like, right? I think that needs to be taken into account that Josh Allen did play differently. So I'm not totally sure, you know what I'm saying, about the play calling for David, because I don't know if the plays were that much differently. But that remains to be seen. I can't necessarily prove that right now.
Well, I guess I would say this before you move on. I would agree with what you're saying, Preach, only because I don't think the play calling changed. I think Josh will start giving the ball off in our RPOs.
Did, yes.
In the first half, he just kept them.
Yes.
But in the second half, he started giving Singletary like those options, and they were just wide open, right? He started gassing them for 20, 25 yards. In the first half, Josh was pulling those back.
So you telling me that in the first half, the Bulls say, "Yo, rerun it this time. There's no RPO right this one. This one is not RPO."
But we know.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? That's
he doesn't have that authority over him.
What do you mean? Our first run was a trick play to Breida on a fake punt in the game. That was
terrible.
That was terrible. No, that was terrible.
All right.
No, Rad. That's what I'm saying. That was
so the play
terrible.
call did change. He did.
But what I'm saying is that it's not like they just lined up in I form and they started handing the ball off. Josh are doing RPOs.
Yes.
Like Josh has that option. I think maybe he doesn't. If you're telling me I'm wrong, I think Josh has the options to hand the ball off in the RPO. In the first half, he was keeping them himself. I think some of that is on Josh.
Right. Let me. Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going on with Mills today, but I think we're just gonna kick Mills off the show. Let's just do it this way. Let me say this. Let me say this real quickly. Because with Josh Allen, right? We're gonna talk about him. We're gonna talk about him in grave detail. But as far as running the ball, I will say this to Daboll's defense: running the ball was like just lining up in I form wasn't gonna get it done, right? We know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is probably the best run defense in football, but it seems like in the second half he was creative with the run. And that's what I'm saying. Like the whole RPO thing is something that we need to incorporate more, right? That is something that we've all been asking for, on the show ad nauseum. But at the same time, I do agree with you, Rat. Like, being one-dimensional is not necessarily going to get the job done. But Rat,
it hasn't been getting the job done.
It hasn't been getting the job done. So do y'all have anything else on the give and take?
It's probably just one play, but I'm gonna say, man, Edmonds, bro, on that fourth down, that third. Oh my God, bro!
You in the backfield, man.
You want to get paid, bro. You make that play, bro. We giving you the money, bro. Make the play, you get the money. Edmonds, make the play, you get the money.
He's so weak,
tackle
bro.
like he tackle.
Arm tackle.
That's how he tackle, and it's like, if we had like,
and if Porter had to come up and hit him.
Devin White on the other side, Devin White he would have met anybody in that hole, and I just thought that's the linebacker
Totally
we
agree.
had, and we do not have that linebacker. Now, if y'all want to pay him, but to be maybe, to be just a guy who can tackle, maybe cover a little bit, but to be that guy that's going to meet people in the hole, to be a dominator, be an enforcer for our defense, he's not that guy. And that play, I'm not going to just put everything on one play, but that play, bro, it just like,
It does.
I just was like, all right.
It stands out.
If you ain't making that play in that standout moment, bro, when you going to make it? When you going to make it, bro?
It definitely
Exactly.
stands out. I mean, that play, and I know I'm not gonna blame Edmonds for the touchdown play, but regardless, he was still there, right? I don't know the coverage scheme, but I mean, clearly he was supposed to go. He was supposed to go with that man. Regardless, I'm just saying.
You talk about the overtime?
Yes.
McDermott said that wasn't his fault.
Okay, it wasn't his fault, but I'm just saying the lasting impact is that I'm looking at you and you can't catch nobody. But I do want to ask this. I do want to ask this about the defense because we were outscored 24-3, and we're gonna get to that in the second to three part. But regardless, they still put 24 on us. Leonard Fournette had 113 yards rushing, and he had a long 47-yard run in the it seems like long runs is our kryptonite. I don't know why, but it seems like every running back seems to pop one on us. So
because we always got 9 in a box, and we just I think we
over pursuit.
I don't know if that's the case, but it's all
gap integrity.
It's literally Micah Hyde literally just taking the wrong angle because it's like, what is going on? Every big run is Micah Hyde trying to overcompensate because we got 10 people in the box. I don't know what it is, but we'll see. So you can finish now.
No. I'm asking because I mean I'm just asking about the defense specifically, and I guess we could transition to our next segment. Are we worried yet? Are we worried yet? And I know we're worried, right? But let's just see what scale. And I want to talk about the defense specifically because I do have something to say because I've been saying it. This is my issue with all Bills fans when we heavily tout and pump up like an Ed Oliver, so to speak. Ed Oliver is garbage. And the reason why Ed Oliver is garbage is simply because when we need him to make a sack, he never makes the sack. It's the same thing with Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes used to do this against the Jets, against these minor teams. It seems like he was like, oh my God, he's a terror on the field. You look up, he got 10 sacks during the season. But when it gets to the games against Tampa Bay and we need somebody to stick Tom Brady in the pocket or get a sack on him or get anything to make a play, he just doesn't do it. And that's my issue. I have an issue with the defensive line. Some people in the comments have an issue with the offensive line. But, Mike, I'm going to ask you, are we worried yet about the defense?
Listen, I'm a terrible person to ask about this because I haven't worried about the defense in years. I don't ever worry about defense. The NFL, you give up points, right? Everybody gets to 30. I care more about the offense. Can your offense score 31? And we held Brady, right? He needed overtime to get to 33. The Bucks averaged 30, right? They needed overtime to get it. We held them to 3 points in the second half. I'm like, listen, you playing Tom Brady. You got Mike Evans. You got Godwin. You down Trey White. You got Dane Jackson out there. You got Gronk, Fournette. Like, you got boys. You got Bruce Arians. You got Leftwich, who is a great O. Like, you got people. They are going to score points. The fact that we held them to 3 in the second half, I think the defense did a great job. I'm not worried about the defense at all. I think they gave up 14 a week before. I'm more worried about the offense and what they did the first half.
Right? Are you worried about the defense, or was it a valiant effort by our defense?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily worried about the defense. I think we did give up those touchdowns, but Tom Brady.
That was a great pass to Mike Evans.
The perfect pass. It was not great. It was perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Literally, Mike Evans almost did. You know what I mean? He had to have a quick catch. So I mean, Tom Brady is literally the greatest quarterback of all time. He got a processor. He got the biggest processor. He processed information faster than anybody ever. So like Tony Romo, was it Tony Romo? I feel
Romo
like
and Nance.
Yeah. It was Romo. Romo is really the best too at it because he breaks it down. He literally shows you the 4 reads, how quick Tom Brady reads the 4 players. Boom, 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 boom.
He did.
And then he come right back to Mike Evans and his ball out of 10. It seemed like 1 second. He said it seemed like 1 or 2 seconds, and it's like that quick. Josh is nowhere near that yet. Hopefully he can. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to. It's 20-something years compared to like 5, right? So no, But that's what we want Josh to slowly get to. That processor, bro. It's like I'm not gonna take a sack. Are you nuts? Somebody about to be open. Like I got these players. Somebody's about to be open. I'm gonna find that guy before
or the ball going in the third.
Or the ball going, bro. It's simple. It's like I'm not taking sacks. I'm not trying to be superhero. My playmakers are gonna make plays, and I'm gonna give them the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's that's Tom Brady.
Are we worried? So are we worried about
no,
our
I'm
run
not worried
defense,
about
I'm
the
saying?
defense.
So we're not worried about our run defenses. Like we're okay. We're okay with our it's everything. Just like we're not the best defense in the league. How those numbers had said.
We're not the worst at all.
But we're not the worst.
Yeah.
All right, I can live with that. I do think we're middle of the pack. I never believed in those numbers. Obviously, we played terrible matchups.
Yeah.
So it's definitely inflated. And right, we had a chance to win the game. We're gonna talk about that. But I do want to ask this question: are we worried yet about Sean Mcdermott? Because it just seems like time and time again, he's becoming like the opposite of whatever a riverboat gambler is. He's like Mr. Conservative himself, right?
I mean,
it's fourth and 3. Yeah, he's an idiot. 4th and 3, midfield. He punts the ball, but then he does a fake punt. Just like, what are you doing? What There's no consistency with your calls. Like you're all over the place, and almost sometimes it feels like he's giving into like pressure, like of the media. It's like my thing is McDermott. If you're a type of coach, then be that. Like I mean, like if that's what you do, but like if you want to be fluid in situations, you have to learn how to be fluid. And even let me just say it. In the red zone when we kicked the field goal, our first field goal, it's like, bro, I don't know who you think we're playing, but this is not a field goal game. This is a touchdown game. It's not a field goal game, bro. In my opinion, I think those points are mute. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm gonna go to Rad first because he seems like he disagrees.
I'm gonna disagree on this point because I think it's a reflection of DeBoer. I think last year he made those calls, right? Our offense was firing on all cylinders. Josh Allen was an MVP type of candidate, and right now, I think our coaches' decisions are reflections of our current team. Y'all talking about last year's team. This team, he like, nah, we need the points. This team,
I hear you.
Nah, we gonna punt this one.
I can hear that.
This team, McDermott is saying this team, that our offensive coordinator, how he called plays, our quarterback, our offensive line, how they playing. I believe we are a defensive team, and I'm gonna trust my defense more than I trust my offense. That's a reflection of our team and our current team, how we playing. So if he coaching a reflection of our current team, he not just doing things based on last year or who we hope to be. We want to be this offensive juggernaut. It's just gonna score on every possession we get in the red zone. We haven't been doing that, and that's a reflection of our team. So I'm not even mad at McDermott at all because that's a direct reflection of our 7-6 team. You coach that way.
I do hear you because at one point I think we were like 0-7 on third downs. It was like, what are we doing? Like, this is terrible. So I agree. Like, we've been talking about our red zone offense all terrible.
year.
Yeah, you're right.
We need points.
We
need points, bro.
So
I'm sorry.
So I mean, Mike, you can answer the McDermott question. I know you got some thoughts on that. But also, if you want to throw in Dable, I mean, we've been killing Dable for years, or at least for this year, at least. But I want to hear your thoughts.
I've been worried about McDermott since 2017, whenever he got hired. Like I said, I told a story on We Think It's a Sports Show. I'll call Rad after the Colts game. And this is why I think using winning as a barometer of good decision making, I think is kind of fool's gold. Because even though we won that, I know, Rad. At the end, as long as you win, nothing else matters. As long as you win, nothing else matters.
That sounds crazy, but
I know, but
sound crazy.
Because, like I say, if you got 20 in blackjack and you hit and you get an ace, that doesn't mean that was the smart decision. Yeah, we won.
We get your point because we were winning in the beginning of the season. It was fool's gold. Yes,
yeah.
So yeah.
So no, I'm not saying that because in 2017 when we beat the Colts during the snow game, he punted. It was like 2 minutes left. We was down. We had to win the game. He punted the ball. Luckily, we won some kind of way. But I said, Rat, I can't have a coach who is going to make decisions like that. That is by. No, you look at analytics. I know a lot of people don't like to look at analytics. He worsened his team chances to win the game by the decision he made. And as a coach, that's all you can do. You can't play, you can't block, you can't tackle. All you can do is make the decisions that give your team the best chance to win. And last year, I said the fact that we ran play action, we ran a lot of motion, and we went for on fourth downs, to me was the biggest reason why we were good last year. I didn't care about culture. I didn't care about the Josh Allen being a rah-rah guy. We were making the smartest decisions. McDermott was out coaching the other coaches. But some kind of way in the AFC game last year against the Chiefs, we started kicking field goals. Against Pittsburgh, we started kicking field goals. against the teams that we keep losing to. McDermott is kind of getting a little bit more conservative. Instead of trusting his $258 million quarterback and Steph Diggs, he'd rather trust the defense. And I'm never going to get on board with that. Do I blame? Yeah, I blame him. I think you make the decision that give your best team your chance to win, regardless of who you have. Like Priest think if you got a bad quarterback, then you change how you coach. I think you make the best decision no matter what. And if you got Josh Allen, sometimes you need four chances to get into the red zone. 1, 2, 3. You get 4 chances for a reason. I guess that's my take on it.
I'll say this, right, and this is where I do disagree with you, Rat, only from this standpoint. I don't pay Josh Allen $258 million to not go for it on 4th down. I don't care what's going on with the offense. I don't even care because it's irrelevant, because if we're spending that much money on a quarterback, he is an elite. He's top 5. He can have me out there.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is. What name? But just name the other top 5 quarterbacks who don't do it. Name the
I'm saying everybody get paid.
Tom Brady does it.
I'm saying
Tom Brady does it. Patrick
money
Mahomes.
I'm saying the money thing.
What I'm saying is we paid him like he was a top tier quarterback. We all anointed him.
But that don't mean. But I'm saying quarterbacks have been paid a lot of money because it's their time.
That's true too. That's true too. But I'm just saying in Josh Allen, this is a unique situation. Let me say this to you, Rat. And this is my personal opinion. Y'all can disagree with me. We're gonna move on in a second because we're gonna get into some real stuff. I think that we should have went for it on 4th down and not kicked the field goal to 10 in overtime. I personally believe that. And it's just like, listen, the chances of us getting back down here is slim to none, bro. It's just a fact. I mean, granted, we got hot in the second half, but it's like, yo, we're down here. We're down here. We're going to talk about the play. We're going to talk about the play in 1 second. But, like, I just think that we probably should have just pushed the envelope. If we lose, bro. Because at the end of the day, we wasn't counting this game. No way. We wasn't counting this game. Nobody was counting this game from the beginning of the season till now. Regardless of what the record says, we wasn't counting this game. We can all be honest as Bills fans. We was not counting this game. We playing with house money. We got back. Put Josh Allen in there. RPO. Figure it out. I don't know. Call one up. Rad, do you disagree? Because people are disagreeing in the group, in the chat.
It's tough. It's 3 point. It's tough. That's tough. I think if we don't get it, I think everybody killing McDermott. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at the decision. I'm not mad at the decision. I think once again, I said it earlier. I think it's a reflection of our team. We're not last year's team. I think y'all escaped in a moment. We're not last year's team. Okay. This is not last year's team, and we was happy to be in that moment, and we kicked the field goal, and we had a chance. We got the ball in half overtime, and we had a chance to win, and we should have won. And he was interfered. Diggs was interfered.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
He was interfered with.
We're gonna get to that.
But I wouldn't be mad at McDermott personally. I wouldn't be mad at him. I'll say that. I would not be mad at him if he went forward on 4th down, or if they ran or had a mindset of, we're going with 2 plays here, so we can run a ball here. Hopefully, we get it on it was 2 yards, 1 or 2 yards. If not, we going. You know what I mean? I wasn't mad. I wasn't even mad at the play call, but you in a position where you don't want to we don't have no timeouts. You don't want to put your team in a position to lose, right? So we have no timeouts.
Bro, well, they don't go out there to play because we was losing.
You don't want to make
that's interesting.
Take a sack. You don't want to take a sack. You want to put the ball in the air. You don't want to just do nothing unnecessary because you have no timeouts. Essentially, that's what it was.
Okay, and I agree with Mike.
Situation, I think I understand the moment.
That's the fundamental problem. You're talking about losing. We're talking about winning, bro. Like like our mindset.
Yes, if we had a timeout,
so what? It doesn't matter.
Like that,
our mindset
played a factor.
Our mindset is always wrong when we talk about losing, bro. We're like, what can we do to win? Like, my thing is this: we got John, but you're not. You can't be down with that because you're talking about don't put your team in a position to lose, nigga. Put your team in a position to win, bro. How can we got 4 chances to put the ball in the end zone? Dable, Sean McDermott, whatever the best play is, pick that play. Call it and let's get the touchdown and go home. That's all I get what you're saying. Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Insane. Why do y'all think why do y'all think the Bo was going to what play do y'all think the Bo was going to play? We is week 14. This is not week 1, 2, or 3. We know our team.
We scored in the
We
red
know
zone.
our team, bro. We know our team, bro. I'm sorry. We know our team. What's the best play? A fade to Diggs. And that's the best play in that.
Oh my God.
We're going to get to that.
That's the best play, a fade to Diggs.
All right, let's do it.
So what y'all talking about? What we going to run?
Rad. I would say this.
We're going to get to that.
I would say this. Well, I had went for it, yeah, because you let Mills back in because Mills called us idiots.
Hold on.
I would have went for it because you are in a chance to win right now, right? You in a chance to win right now, and you hoping to get another because you don't know if you even win the coin toss, right? Brady could win the coin toss, right? You watched the Super Bowl against the Falcons. Matt Ryan sat out on the sidelines the entire overtime as Brady went and scored a touchdown. And he never touched the ball, so it's a chance you may not get it. But the only reason why I would give him some bail about kicking it, and Josh said it in here, right? We were hot in the second half, and I compare it to the Tennessee Titans game, right? When he went for it. I said, you do not want to go to overtime right now because y'all haven't scored, really, and they've been scoring every single time they touch the ball in the second half. So if McDermott's mindset was, if we go to overtime, they can't stop us right now, and we've been stopping them, I can understand him having that philosophy.
He punted.
That was wrong.
So
couple in overtime?
No.
We're
not. Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
He put back to Tom Brady. He said,
I know.
"Yo, that's so." If
I know.
That coach making that decision is kicking that field goal 100%.
No. We agree with that. We agree with that. We're saying that. We just disagree with it. We disagree with the call.
I disagree with it.
We can disagree with anything. Right. Let's do this. Let's do this real quick because we're going to talk about our premium play. That's our premium play segment. And we're going to talk about the plays that we all want to talk about. We know all y'all on there. We want to talk about it. But before we do that, Rat, please let the people know who is sponsoring this segment.
All right, this segment is brought to you by 716 Premium. 716 Premium is a niche lifestyle store, conveniently located in downtown area. They aim to promote health and wealth by providing many non-tobacco luxury smoking accessories, clothing, and even a large selection of premium products in their premium service. They're open every day from 10 to 10, and they deliver. Shop Premium. Hit up their website at 716premium.com.
Shout out to Premium. And let me just throw it out there, right? There are a couple plays that everybody wants to talk about, right? And that was the fade to Diggs. And I'm gonna just ask everybody just a yes or no quickly. Was it a pass interference?
Yeah.
Mike?
It wasn't called. No.
Rat.
It was. I would say holding. Yeah, it was holding.
So let's do this. Do we agree with the play call?
No. I never agree with fades.
Okay.
Yes.
Rat, you agree with it? You don't agree.
I don't.
You don't. What did you wanted to see?
I wanted to see something down the middle to Knox or Gabe, or a quick out to Knox. I think we had a better chance getting a ball to one of our bigger targets in the middle of the field.
Okay.
No, I don't have a problem going with Diggs, right? Diggs your best receiver, right? You can go to Diggs.
He was 1-on-1 too, by the way.
I just have an issue with fade.
He was hurt the whole last drive.
Well, let me say this.
I didn't know that.
Can I say this? I mean, he was going in and out the game. Everybody
looked like fatigue. He was hurt.
Yeah, I thought it was the fatigue. Yeah.
I just want to say this real quickly, and I was screaming at the television. I know people get tired. I know they're human. But I do want to say I don't pay Stephon Diggs $80 million to get tired. I don't know if anybody else does. That's just my personal opinion on it. Like when it was like getting, we don't. Yeah. I'm just being honest. I don't know how y'all feel about it. But if I'm paying you $80 million, bro, tired is not one of the things I want to see. I'm just being honest. Maybe I'm being too hard on our players, but I saw too many players getting tired at the end of the game, bro. We do not pay y'all to get tired. I'm sorry.
Put them fours up, bro.
Yeah, I don't know where y'all got this from.
Yeah, I think that's a little too much. I think it's a little too much.
We do 54 passes though. That's a lot of routes.
Yeah, he's running.
But my thing is, I pay you.
But he had an Apple Watch on his joint. Was crazy.
What I'm saying is, I pay you.
I pay you.
I'm being honest, yo. Like I was kind of upset. I'm like, Diggs, why are you not in the game, bro? Do you want me to take $10 million back? Is that what we doing?
They brought Jake Kumaro out there.
I'm just being honest. But listen,
that's crazy.
Let me go to Rad first. Rad, can you give me a play that stood out? I know we all listen. It was a pass interference, whatever. We can debate that to the cows come up. But Mike is right. It wasn't called, right? So regardless, they hosed us. So what? Move on. Rad, can you give me a play that kind of stood out to you? Maybe it was a momentum change, or maybe it was something that you liked.
For us, a one play. I like the whole second half was just good. I like everything Josh Allen did. So one play that stood out per se.
I have one if you want to think about it, right?
You talked
Yeah,
about
you
it.
can-
You talked
you
about
can-
one earlier about Josh
Yeah, but
Allen
it
against
was-
Devin White, and he got the first down.
Oh yeah, you're right. But you can go, Mike.
I would say this. It is a very small play that a lot of people may not remember, but this is what I think a lot of us been wanting from Dable. It was, I think McKenzie was in the backfield. Thank God. Like, where was he at? He got him in a motion, and we faked the screen, and Josh got everybody moving to the screen, and he turned and threw it to Knox. And it's like, yo, where is that creativity? Where is the let's scheme people open? Let people wide. Last year, people was wide open half the time, just wide open because Dable did a great job by scheming them. And now, if you see now, like
They're
Josh
using
is
last year
making
answers.
yeah, Josh is making, but he's not been doing last year answers. But Josh is making tough passes now. A lot of Gabe Davis touchdowns are tight windows to Beasley, tight windows to Diggs, right? Sideline is nobody that's really wide open. Knox was wide open for his touchdown. But I think just those little motions, getting people eyes going one way, just making it a little bit easier for Josh. Because Tom Brady is the cheat code. If he see what defense you were in, he knows the right play. Whether the right play works or not, he's always going to be in the right play. And you saw Josh, got caught up in some blitzes sometimes. They know the blitzers was coming. Scheme some stuff up, get people open for him, and get people in space. So I thought that play was significant for me.
Let me do this real quickly. Shout out to Matt. Matt said Devin Singletary making a guy miss getting the first down late.
Yep.
Patrick said the Knox block, the leak out for a pass might have been
that was nice.
the simple, like the best play debate. That was amazing. That was great.
Scheme it up.
And,
Scheme it up.
And shout out to Miss
Shout out to Pat.
Poster. We did talk about it. We actually blame the first half on Brian Dable. He was a terrible play caller, and he kind of switched some things up. I'm gonna go. I think the RPOs from Josh Allen was simply. I've been screaming for that. I said I've been saying run Josh into the dirt this entire season. And I don't mean that to like get him hurt, but just run him. Like we need to be creative in our running. He can run the ball. He's a threat. I know we talk about we don't have a run game, and Brian Dable. He said that he was unique with his run calls. I wouldn't call the first half unique. You just didn't run the ball. But in the second half, you kind of switched some things up, right? You gave Josh Allen some options. And I think that Rad or whoever said it in the comments, more creativeness with our play calling needs to be something that we need to focus on, moving forward. So let me just
for me, it's just getting the ball out of Josh's hands. I think Josh. When the ball is in his hands, he's looking for the open guy. It's not like, all right, what they in, who is going to be the open, who's the first read. It's more so he's looking, all right, is Diggs gonna get open? All right, nope. You know what I mean? It's like, no, like Tom Brady is like, I'm comparing him to Tom Brady. He's not Tom Brady at all.
How about progression 1 to 4?
But it's more so of like, all right, he's the one. You know what I mean? It's like it don't matter who you throw it to. You know what I'm saying? It's like the open guy. It's the guy. You know what I mean? The defense that's, you know what I mean? Obviously Josh is just a little bit slower. So the ball is like we got to manufacture to get Josh.
We got to
ball out of his hands. We got to get him out. You got to get it out of his hands. We just got to get out of his hands quicker and quicker.
I agree.
Quicker.
Our line, our offensive line, we wasn't necessarily the best.
Yeah.
But
line came hold.
We wasn't necessarily the worst either. I mean, we had some moments where they did block.
They showed promise pulling.
Yeah, I mean, and I want to say this: the 2 runs we gave to Devin Singletary, I'm not sure if the defense were looking for it, but I think that offsetting stuff. It will help.
You need it, bro.
Right?
You need it, bro.
I don't agree with just like running the ball into just the line. That's stupid. But the offsetting runs and the creativeness.
You need to run the ball.
But Rad, I guess my pushback to you is if you look at our run pass, last year we was 37 runs to 25 passes. This year we 37 passes to 25. Like it's like the exact same, the breakdown. It's not, I don't think we are running the ball less. I don't think we're running the ball less. We even more ineffective than we was last year. Yeah, Zach Moss was going nowhere.
Because we doubled down on what we did last year. What happened last year, we thought it was this is the future. We thought last year was the future.
Okay.
Now, my opinion is, that was cool. That was a fad. I think it's more fad. I think having a running game is something you need, bro. Like, I'm not saying you ought to be dominant, but you need to run the ball. Is that like we know that
you have to run at some point?
We do. We don't disagree with that. We do run the ball. We just terrible at it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yesterday,
Because
yesterday
put nothing resources.
yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
I agree.
I wanted a whole new. I wanted a whole new O line. I said, because Matt wanted to bring Williams back. I said, yo, you change whole new O line, get new running backs. I'm with you. I
need running backs that can block too, because they was getting blown up.
But
The
also,
linebackers blitzing up.
that's true. But Devin White, like we got like yes, they were getting blown up, but these are like they're all pro. They're Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
Like I mean, so it's not like
JPP.
I don't know
Yeah,
why.
but-
I get it. I get it. They do need to do what they have to do. But like we did play some great players. Like and we went down to the wire, which was great. Shout out to Pat. We talked about that Pat earlier. Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. We appreciate y'all being in the comments, man. Y'all going crazy. But let's do this. Let's do this real quickly because I want to talk about expectation versus reality. We could talk about the game yesterday. Went down to the wire. We didn't get it done, but there are some things ahead that we have to talk about, right? There are some things that we got to talk about. But before we do that, let's get to our sponsor for this segment.
This segment is brought to you by the good people at Buffalo Pet Supply. Do you have a pet, looking into getting a pet, or know someone who has a pet? Then there's only one place to send them for everything to make that pet live its best life, and that's Buffalo Pet Supply. Specializing in fish, small animals, and reptiles, the knowledgeable staff at Buffalo Pet Supply can get you set up or maintain whatever setup you have. Stop down and see the family-owned and operated staff located at 1345 Military Road in Kenmore, New York, or give them a call at 716-874-1951. And if you mention us over at Overdue Bills, you get 10% off your order there as well.
Absolutely. Shout out to Buffalo Pet Supply, where their expectation is your reality. All right, we got to talk about it. We lost to the Buccaneers, unfortunately, but yet and still, we're in a playoff race, right? We're in a playoff race, and I know the expectation of the Bills. Matt is not on the show, but Matt was constantly saying, Super Bowl, this, that, and the third. But now we're in a playoff race, and I just want to talk to Rad first. Rad, how do you feel about what we're doing, and what do you think our chances are of getting to the playoffs, right? And I'm gonna put this graphic up so everybody can see it.
I think for our schedule, we got one of the easier schedules, right? You got Panthers, you got Patriots at Patriots, the toughest game left. You got Atlanta, you got the Jets. We got to win all four of those, and if we really the team, we should win all four of those. I know obviously Patriots gonna be tough, but it's not gonna be 50 miles per hour wins, right? So we gotta have that attitude, like whatever it is, but we're gonna come and we're gonna, you know what I mean? They're the ones who got the division, right? They're the ones who guarding something. We're gonna come into New England. I don't want to look past Carolina because Carolina still got to take care of that. But I'm talking about the New England game just because they're gonna be the top of the division. They gotta guard the division, right? They gonna be the the chase, not being chased. So I think we can win. You know what I mean? I think 4 games we should want to go 4-0. We can go 4-0. They are winnable games. We should make the playoffs.
All right, so let's say this because this coming week, the Patriots do play the Indianapolis Colts, and obviously either loss helps us, right? Either loss helps us. The Colts is above us. Let me put this graphic up so everybody can see it. The Colts is above us at the 6th spot, and the Patriots obviously is leading the division. So either loss will help us. But I want to ask Mike, is it a conference? In a conference, are you? Is it a situation where you were like, okay, let's just focus on the teams that we're playing. We control our own destiny. Let's win every game going up. Or is it a situation where we're looking at the Cleveland Browns, who's 7-6, Cincinnati Bengals 7-6, Denver Broncos 7-6, and all these other ancillary teams? Are you afraid of those teams coming behind us? Pause.
No, because I don't know what to expect from the Ravens. If Lamar is hurt, even with Lamar being hurt, right? They play the Packers, they play the Rams, they probably play the Browns and Bengals again, maybe Pittsburgh, right? Baltimore have a tough schedule. And if Lamar is out and hurt, right, you can count Baltimore out. You can probably count them out either way. So either Cincinnati going to win the division, Cleveland to win the division, when somebody's not going to be behind us anymore. But in terms of that, no, I'm not worried about any of those teams, right? If the Bills can't outpace them, then what are we doing anyways? So that'll be my question. So I'm not worried about anybody else but us.
I'm with that. Matt says, don't worry about nobody. We got to win. But I'm going to ask Mills. Season is unfolding, right? We're at the 7th spot. But let me ask you, Mills, out of the teams, New England Patriots, Tennessee Titans, Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore, the Chargers, the Colts, Cleveland, Cincinnati. I'm not sure who's necessarily going to all get in. But Mills, if you can, who do you think would be the best matchup for us in the playoffs? And let me just ask, for everybody in the comments, you can give me your best matchup team. Just put it in the comments right now.
Are we assuming we at home or on the road?
It don't even matter.
Let's assume we'll be on the road because we're not. I mean, we're on the road right now, so let's just assume we're on the road.
We're on the road.
Yeah.
All right.
I got one.
It's a tough call, but I think if I was to pick somebody, I would pick Baltimore, in my opinion, because they've been having a lot of trouble, stopping the blitz. Lamar been out of pressure a lot. He's struggling, passing the ball downfield, and without him with the run game, I mean, they're kind of not that good. I mean, Devontae Freeman had a couple good games, but other than that, I think we can compete with them. They've been struggling the last couple weeks, trying to get out of games. They lost to Pittsburgh. They just lost yesterday, so I think they'd be the team that I would prefer to be matched up with. A lot of those other teams got some good offenses that can give you 40 points. You got Burrow throwing 40 passes a game. You got Herbert throwing 40 passes a game. Tannehill supposed to get Derrick Henry back week 18, they said, potentially. We don't want to see him again. So, yeah, I'll pick Baltimore.
I like the Baltimore pick. They're reeling. It seems like I think Lamar Jackson has IBS or something. Like I don't know what's going on with him, but something is wrong with him internally. And the thing about it is a lot of the teams like Cleveland, Cincinnati, even the Chargers, like Indianapolis, like they do have good running games. And I think the worst, wild as it is to say, Baltimore has the worst running game, right? It's crazy to say that, but they do. I mean, because Devontae Freeman sucks.
But Lamar can give you 100.
But we beat Lamar last year, though. I know we're not last year's team, but like we faced that and we've conquered that. So I mean, I'm not necessarily worried about that.
Out of everybody we talking about, we have the worst running game, and it's not even close.
But we don't run the ball, and we didn't run the ball last year. But Rad, who can you pick?
For me, I mean, I know we just lost one, but I mean, I would like New England. You know what I mean? Mac Jones, I think rookie, lights too big. And you know what I'm saying? I like Mac Jones. I like Mac Jones maybe to make a mistake and we capitalize on that. All these other guys. I like Tennessee. Obviously, for me, Tennessee, especially if Derrick Henry don't really. I mean, they saying that maybe but I don't. Maybe they just fall. You know what I mean? I don't see them. They just play Houston. Obviously, they got to win there. But I don't like. I mean, Tannehill. They got Hilliard and they got Foreman as they running backs right now. AJ Brown is out as well. I'll take Tennessee. Right now for me, it's Tennessee. I think their fools go, and I definitely love, definitely in Tennessee. I love to have a game in Tennessee. I think we win out every week.
Well, we won't because we lost them. Mike, what team?
I agree with Tennessee, but for different reasons. I think that Vrabel he make worse decisions than McDermott, and I will have confidence that hopefully McDermott will outcoach him. Because I mean, Belichick, no, Andy Reid, no, Harbaugh, no. So at this point, give us Mike Vrabel and hopefully he do some stupid shit. So
I like that, Mike, and I'm glad because people in the comments is talking. I will say that's the only thing about the Patriots. I understand Mac Jones has a worse QB rating, with 20 yards, but like I don't know if y'all remember this, but they actually did not even pass on us, bro. So like it's not. It's like
50 mile per hour.
I agree. I agree, but I'm just saying like they didn't pass, so that wasn't a thing, and they actually still beat us. My point is that with coaching. And Pat, the issue is, Pat, our coaching hasn't been up to snuff for the majority of the season. And I don't know if it's just going to magically change, right? I'm not sure if it's going to magically change. We can all hope so.
That's last year coaches.
Exactly. So,
Dable ain't going nowhere this offseason.
Yeah, I wish Dable I wish he would have got a head coaching job last year. That would have been the best thing that ever happened to us, so we can kind of retool it.
But the reason I said pass because I think, the chances of us scoring 10 and them scoring, I think we got a better chance of scoring more points than they do. They score 14, we score 10. I think if we play them again, I think we have a more chance of scoring points more so than they do. You know, I think we got more powerful offense if everything go right. Obviously, we got to play our best game. That's what I'm hoping. I play our best game. If we don't, we're gonna lose to anybody. It doesn't matter. I'm assuming we come to the Bills playing their best game. I think we score more points though.
Well, hopefully we can beat them, you know, in the game in Foxborough, you know, coming up.
Obviously.
That's like, and I don't want to look, you know, past Cam Newton, but Cam Newton's terrible and they're awful, so we can look past them. Let's do this. Rad.
We lost the worst.
Let me do this first. Mills.
Trevor Lawrence, the worst quarterback in the league.
Mills, let the people know who won our contest, and I don't know if Rad got it at Rad. If you can let the people know about the contest, so or Mills, whoever wants to do it, just shout out to Matt. He's not here. This would be him, but So Mills, what's up?
This contest this week, like every other week, nobody predicted the score properly, so we went to the tiebreaker. I believe the Bills have 467 total yards on offense, and the winner this week was Rodney Randolph. He was the closest to the total yardage with 447. So shout out to Rodney. And the contest this week is just like every other week. We're playing against the Carolina Panthers. Give us your score prediction. We will clip this right here. Comment with your score prediction for the tiebreaker. The total yards that the offense will have for the Buffalo Bills. Not just Josh Allen, but the total offense with rushing and everything as well. You also have to tag 2 people. So tag 2 people, give us your score prediction, and give us what you think the total yardage will be for the offensive side of the ball for the Buffalo Bills for the tiebreaker.
Absolutely. Shout out to all y'all definitely interested in the contest. We appreciate everybody in the comments, everybody watching. Please like, share, rate, and review, subscribe to all of our channels, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You know what I mean? Just shout us out everywhere. And please go to overduebillspod.com. Overduebillspod.com. Get your merch, get your merch, get your merch. We got the merch store set up on IG and Facebook. So you can go on pretty much all of our platforms and support the show. Shout out to the show. We definitely appreciate all of you, and I think that's the end of it. So we end every show with a little bit of that. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey.